Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So in this particular video we are going to talk about complex numbers and equality of complex numbers. So if the number is in the form of a plus iota b such that a is the real part of complex number and b is the imaginary part of complex number, then capital Z will represent a complex number which will be equal to a plus iota b. And if we talk about the equality of two complex numbers, then suppose z1 and z2 are two complex numbers. If we are going to equate them, that is z1 equals z2. So suppose z1 equals to a1 plus iota b1 and z2 is a2 plus iota b2. Now we know what are the real parts and what are the imaginary parts. So in order to equate two complex numbers, we will equate two real parts separately and imaginary parts separately. That is, if z1 equals z2, then that means a1 will be equal to a2 and b1 will be equal to b2. We will understand this better while we are writing it down. So let's get into it. So now we will talk about the complex numbers. If a and b, these are two real numbers, then the form a plus iota b, that will be equal to z, that is a complex number. So a complex number z will be represented by a plus iota b, where a will be the real part of this complex number z and b will be the imaginary part of the complex number z, right? So real part can be denoted like this and imaginary part like this. Now that we know about what are complex numbers, now let's talk about the equality of complex numbers. That is how we are going to equate two complex numbers, or if we are saying that there are two complex numbers z1 and z2, then what do we mean by the equality of these two complex numbers? So two complex numbers are equal if their real and imaginary parts are equal respectively. That is, if suppose z1 is a complex number which is equals to a1 plus iota b1 and z2 is another complex number that is equals to a2 plus iota b2, then equality means what? a1 will be equal to a2 if z1 equals to z2. Suppose if we are saying z1 equals to z2, then that means what? The real part of z1 will be equal to the real part of z2, that is a1 equals to a2. Similarly for the imaginary part, that is b1 will be equal to b2, right? So if a1 equals to a2 and b1 equals to b2, that means what? That is the real part of z1 equals to real part of z2. Also the imaginary part of z1 equals to the imaginary part of z2. So equating two complex numbers means equating the real and imaginary parts of both of them. That is, a1 will be equal to a2 and b1 will be equal to b2. So what are a1 and a2? You can simply distinguish with the help of iota. a1 will be the part without iota and b1 will be the part with iota, right? Similarly for z2. Now let's understand this equality of complex number with the help of an example. Suppose in a question it is given, if a plus b minus iota into 3a plus 2b equals to 5 plus 2 iota. Find a and b. Right, this is the question which we have to solve. So how we can use equality of complex numbers in this particular situation? Here, suppose this part is z1, that is one complex number that is equals to a plus b minus iota 3a plus 2b, right? And z2 is another complex number that is this part, that is 5 plus 2 iota. Now we are equating these two, that means we are equating z1 and z2, that is we are saying z1 equals to z2. So that simply means what? Real part will be equal to real part, so real part is this one, real part will be equal to real part, and the imaginary part, that is the part with iota, always remember the sign also, the imaginary part will be equal to the imaginary part of z2. Right, now we will simply equate these two parts. First we will equate the real parts. So for real part, that is real part of z1 will be equal to real part of z2. So real part of z1 equals to a plus b, which will be equal to 5. This is one equation, right? Now we will equate the imaginary part. So imaginary part of z1 will be equal to imaginary part of z2. So imaginary part of z1 is what? Minus of 3a plus 2b, that will be equal to imaginary part of z2, that is 2. Now we can solve this part a bit. So we will take minus sign inside. So this will be minus 3a minus 2b equals to 2. From here we can take either the value of a or b. So here I am taking the value of b. So from here b will be equal to what? This a goes here, so it becomes minus a. Now we will substitute this value of b here, right? That is b equals to 5a here. So what we will get is minus 3a, right, minus 2 into b. b is 5 minus a equals to 2. So here we will have minus 3a minus 5 2s are 10, minus minus plus 2a equals 2. So from here we will get a is equals to what? Minus 12, right? Now we can substitute this value of a in this particular equation. So from here b will be equal to 5 minus a, that is minus 12. So b will be equal to 5 minus minus plus. So b will be equal to 17. So the values of a and b are minus 12 and 17 respectively. So in this way we can use equality of complex number to solve some of the questions like these, right? In the next video we are going to talk about the addition of complex numbers along with example, right? So stay tuned for more. So if you have any questions or doubt, you can always comment down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them all. So far that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.